It's opening day of the 2024 high school baseball season in Pennsylvania, and we're at Michelle Crow Field at historic Pullman Park for the championship of the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational. It is the Serra Catholic Eagles against the Mercyhurst Lakers. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Matt Fargo, joined alongside Zach Corsi. Zach, it is the 2024 season opener, and it is not very usual that these teams opening up the season can also win a championship. But that's exactly what's in store for us today as Serra Catholic and Mercyhurst meet once again in the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational Championship. Both of these teams have already gotten wins. For Mercyhurst, it was a win over Our Lady of the Sacred Heart earlier this morning in a 4-3 win. And for Serra Catholic, it was a dominating win over St. Joseph's, a 13-0 win for the Eagles. So both of these teams searching for win number 2 and a little hardware to take home with them in the opening day of the season.
Well, I'm sure Serra would like to. It's their tournament, right? So It's kind of a big deal to them. But I think this should be a really good game. I don't think those first game scores indicate what we're in store for here. I bet it's close, and I think we're going to see the best of both of these teams in the second game.
I think you're absolutely right. Let's take a look at the lineup cards for both of these teams as we take a look for the Mercyhurst Lakers. It will look like this. Alex Menendo leads off and plays at shortstop. Zach Khrushchevsky plays at second base. Noah Regal, he'll bat third and play in right field. Cleaning things up this evening will be the designated hitter Rocco Almonte. He'll bat for catcher Ethan Ishmael. It is Hunter Cray, the pitcher, batting in the 5 spot, followed by first baseman Noah Trojanowski. Batting 7th, the third baseman, that is Brown Coleman, followed by left fielder Evan Spagel. Josh Mychek will bat in the 9 spot. He'll play in center field. Let's take a look at Brian Zorenda's. Well, this is going to be the starting pitcher. It's Hunter Cray for Mercyhurst. He will be the man on the bump. Just a sophomore, but high expectations for the Lakers pitcher. They saved him for this championship game, Zach.
Not surprising. I think Serra also saved quite a good pitcher. So, again, I think we're quite in for a really good matchup here. I'm excited to watch.
Defensive lineman for the Serra Catholic Eagles across the outfield, Matt McNeil, Isaiah Petty, Owen Minzer. That's actually out in right field will be Deliman, not Owen Minzer. Jake Holmes at third, Zach Black at shortstop, Owen Dombrowski at second base, Colin Holmes at first. And the battery is Tyler Skaggs and Max Black. See what Coach Brian Zorenda's lineup card will look like, and it will look like this. Isaiah Petty leads things off. He'll play out in center field. Owen Dombrowski bats second and plays second base. Zach Black bats third, and he'll be at shortstop. Leading things up is the third baseman Jake Holmes, followed by pitcher Zach Skaggs. Max Black behind the dish and batting 6th, followed by 7-hitter Colin Holmes, who will be at first base. Cameron Chavarini, the designated hitter, will be in the 8th spot. He'll DH for Matt McNeil out in left field, and DJ Deliman will be out in right field for Serra Catholic. And we were talking about Serra Catholic has a pretty good pitcher, and it is. It's Tyler Skaggs. He'll get the nod on the bump for the Eagles, and looking forward to seeing what Skaggs can do.
No doubt about it.
He's one of the best. Of course, this Serra Catholic baseball team went all the way to the WPIL championship, came up short in the finals. As we get ready for Mercyhurst defensive alignment. Left to right across that outfield, Spagel, Mychek, Regal, Coleman, Menendo, Khrushchevsky, Trojanowski, Cray throwing to Ishamaru behind the dish for the Lakers. Let's go down to the third member of our crew. It's Susie Cole. Let's check on Susie.
Third baseman, number 18, Thanks, Matt. Both Serra Catholic and Mercyhurst Prep are preparing for a very close championship matchup. When I spoke with Serra Catholic head coach Brian Zarenda, he said that his team will be facing better and faster pitching this game. So that means that Serra Catholic will have to tighten up their swings. They got to tighten up their approaches and just put the ball in play. When I caught up with Mercyhurst Prep head coach Randy Durkowski, he said it's simple. His team just needs to get timely hitting. They need to limit the errors against a team like Serra Catholic, and they just need to just relax because it's a championship game, and after that, they get to go home and celebrate. Matt?
Thanks very much, Susie, as we'll take a look. It is a postcard perfect day for baseball in 2024 to lift the lid on the season. 57 degrees, a 15-mile-an-hour wind, something to keep an eye out on with the wind that has been whipping all day long, going all the way back to that 10 o'clock in the morning first pitch between the Lakers and the Chargers. But we are gearing up for this one as the starting lineups are being announced. Mercyhurst right now being announced. And there is a little bit of these two teams have met a couple times now in this championship game. And last year it was the Lakers taking home the win. And I think that you mentioned in the top of the broadcast, Zach, the fact that 6-4 win, albeit a long time ago, Serra Catholic remembers it.
They have a very long memory. Coach Zarenda, like you were alluding to before too, he studies his old games. He goes back, watches the film. He has his whole team ready to play this Mercyhurst Prep team. Top to bottom, they're going to want to hit. I mean, he saved his pitcher, right? Like they're really coming for this one. They've been thinking about it, probably all through training, right?
Right. A championship on the opening day. What more could you ask for? Mercyhurst at Serra Catholic when we come back. JRM presents the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational Championship. Stick around. Welcome back. It's the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational Championship game. Another look at the lineup card for Randy Durkowski. His lineup card will look like Alex Benendo, Zach Khrushchevsky, Noah Regal, Rocco Almonte, Hunter Cray, Noah Trojanowski, Brady Coleman, Evan Spagel, and that last one is actually Josh Machek. Lakers, the defending champions. They beat Olsh 3-2 in 11 innings in the first game of this tournament last year, and then beat Serra Catholic 6-4 in the championship game in a snow-filled Pullman Park. First pitch of this one, a lot different from what a difference a year makes. Beautiful and almost 60 degrees outside. Ball one to the leadoff batter, Alex Benendo, shortstop for the Lakers. Takes a cold strike, and the count evens. Welcome the fourth member of our broadcast crew. Toby Eigner joins the broadcast.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
Absolutely happily to have you along, and more baseball knowledge between you and Zach than I'll ever know. So appreciate you having the time out as count goes to 2-2 to the leadoff batter, Menendo.
Looks like he went with a first pitch breaking ball to start the game. Maybe he was anticipating, first pitch swinger.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch. And that one's laced into left field. Leadoff single for Alex Benendo. Bring up Zach Khrushchevsky, second baseman for the Lakers. And, I mean, something that maybe the Serra Eagles aren't too familiar with, leadoff man on. I mean, they just threw a perfect game in the first game of the day against St. Joseph. So, again, what a difference a few hours make. Swinging strike there for Khrushchevsky.
Skaggs missed twice on a really nice breaking ball in that first hitter, which I think changed his approach, which led to that hit. He's going to dial that in, and I don't think we're going to see too much more of at-bats like that one.
Runner takes off, and it's a hit and run executed to perfection. Wheeling to third is Menendo. He will stand there. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Back-to-back singles for the Lakers. Krzyzewski delivers on the hit and run.
Beautiful piece of hitting there. Toby, you were talking about this before the game a little bit, too. You saw how quickly that ball died going into the outfield. I mean, one hop, and that center fielder really had to run up on that. Could be a big factor later in the game.
Yeah, it makes it challenging, trying to position your outfielders, whether you want to play them middle, in, or deep, because anything that gets through the infield, that ball just dies hard.
Runner took off, and the ball thrown into center field. It will score a run, and probably the most uncharacteristic start to this game if you're a Serra Catholic fan. The Lakers have a 1-0 lead with nobody out.
Skaggs had the runner dead to rights, too, and just threw it away.
Yeah, sometimes the nerves can get going in the championship game. Really got to set your feet and make a good firm throw there. Hopefully they can minimize.
Noah Regal to the plate with runner on second and nobody out. That one's flared out into left field. Runner is being sent. The left fielder, McNeil, bobbles the ball, and it's 2-0. RBI single for Noah Regal.
That's that turf field for you right there, taking that real high bounce right out of the box. Looks like it hit, just right outside the batter's box.
Yeah, a couple feet.
To the ground.
It bounced right in front of him.
They really got to get an out here. You got to minimize. If not, this game can get out of hand here pretty quick.
Rocco Almonte, the designated hitter, to the plate with a runner on first and nobody out still.
Just caught the corner there.
Yeah, good fastball. Really got to keep it down. The first couple of hitters, that fastball was kind of running back over the middle of the plate. That was a good located fastball there.
Pickoff attempt at first base. And back in time is Regal. No ball, 1 strike pitch, went fishing. 0-2.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put the runner in motion here, try to break up a double play in case of a weak ground ball in the infield. Pitcher must be thinking the same thing.
Stepping off, looking back at first. No ball, 2 strike pitch. Fought off and out of play.
0-2, usually a good pitch to try to steal on. Usually you're going to see an off speed here. See what the third base coach is thinking.
Pickoff attempt at first base. Mentioning the third base coach, Randy Durosky, third base coach and head coach in his 23rd season. 28 years overall, going back to his time as an assistant. 317 wins coming into this one as this one's popped up.
Oh, you got to get back.
And that one is out of play. So Durosky with 317 wins to just 131 losses, 7 district championships and 2 state Western final appearances. He needs 88 more wins to become the all-time leader in Erie County history. Little bit of history there for the success of this Mercyhurst program.
Those are the only things that worry me when you're putting a runner in motion. Guy pops the ball up in the air, kind of leave the runner out to dry. Really got to try to hit this ball on the ground hard here.
Well, Monte got fooled on that one. Not on this last pitch, on the one he popped up. He got fooled by the curve and just threw his bat out there, popped it up. He was lucky he got out of play.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch to the cleanup hitting junior in the turf. 2-2. Skaggs well up in the zone and runner easily standing up at second. Brian Zarenda wants to talk.
Probably trying to calm the pitcher down. We're already here at 14 pitches, but still don't have an out. Mercyhurst really doing a good job of running the pitch count up here in the first inning.
And I mean, again, going back to kind of just the unrealistic start. Let's go down to Susie Cool. She has something.
Thanks, Matt. Whenever I talked with head coach Brian Zarenda before the game, he talked about how Tyler Skaggs starting needed to throw strikes. That's something that this team needed to do offensively, especially against Mercyhurst Prep. He saved his best 3 pitchers for this game. So Tyler Skaggs gets the start. Owen Dombrowski will get those middle innings, and then Isaiah Petty will close it out here today. Again, saved his best 3 pitchers for this championship matchup. They just need to start throwing strikes. Matt?
Since you have a base open here, you think maybe you put him on? Try to go for the double play in the next hitter, or you think you pitch to him?
This one is laced foul with Hunter Cray, who's been successful at the plate. I mean, it's certainly a roll of the dice. And I do recall a state championship that Serra Catholic ended up walking a runner to kind of invoke the double play and ended up costing them. But ball 4, Rocco Omonte is aboard. Still no out, and the 5th hitter of the ball game to the plate, and Hunter Cray.
Be curious to see if he bunts here, maybe tries to move the runners over, get 2 guys in scoring position, or do you let him swing away?
I've seen Mercyhurst be pretty aggressive with the bunt in the past.
Yep. Pick-off attempt,
Oh, not a bad
and it
idea.
goes trickling past a diving Dombrowski.
Especially with no outs, move 2 runners over. Now you got 2 runners in scoring position.
Skaggs checks the runner and deals. There's the bunt, pulled back and taken for ball 1. So, also a weird time of the day with you see the shadow casted, ball coming from the sun into the shade.
Hasn't seemed to hurt him yet.
No, it hasn't. That's a great point. 1 ball, no strike pitch, another bunt.
Great block. Great block.
Pulled back for ball 2. That's Max Black behind the dish.
If they are going to be laying down a bunt, guy on second should probably get a couple more feet, get a little bit of a running start.
Pick-off attempt there. The motion of that play, Dombrowski charging from second base all the way over towards shortstop. The shortstop covers the second base bag if you take another look at this.
Do you think they've got somebody with that before?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen them try a lot of these things over the years, and I've seen a lot of them work. I haven't seen that one work.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
like that first one they did, the fake wheel bunt routine. I've seen that work a couple times.
See if he sticks with the bunt here.
2-1 pitch.
Atta
Bunt is
boy.
down, and
Good
it's
bunt.
a beautifully executed bunt.
Atta boy.
What a bunt.
How about it?
Great job.
I mean, they are finding all of the open areas here for the Lakers right now.
Now batting number 19, first baseman, Noah Trojanowski.
Got to put a ball in the outfield here.
Oh, my goodness.
Probably going to talk it over with his hitter, tell him we need a sac fly.
I mean, and if Regal is moving, he could have scored on
He
him.
could have. Yeah, I mean, no one was anywhere near that ball once it got past Skaggs.
Courtesy runner at first base for Cray is Tanner Ashton. Ball up in the zone to Noah Trojanowski. Trojanowski was the hero a season ago. And he'll
There's a
take this
job.
one
That'll
to
do a
center
job
field.
there. See if it's deep enough.
And
They're running.
should be deep enough to get a runner in, and it is. Sack fly for Hunter Cray.
Dugout better pick him up on that one. That's a good job, well done there.
We're just seeing Mercyhurst really execute good baseball here,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
A great bunt, a great sac fly. Like they're just doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Runners at first and second for Coleman now to the plate.
And a hit and
Brady
run.
Coleman. Yeah, the hit and run.
I mean, a
earlier.
hit and run, a bunt, and a sac fly all in one inning out
Yeah.
of this team. Like, that's impressive offensive baseball.
Brady Coleman, the third baseman, a junior. This one's lifted out
one's
to
getting down
shallow
too.
center, and that gets in to center field. And they will hold him up, and the bases are full of Lakers. It's a single for Brady Coleman, and the fun continues. for
Still
the
no
Lakers of
activity in the
Mercyhurst.
bullpen. Yeah, we still don't have any activity in the bullpen. We're up to almost 25 pitches here in the first.
1 out, too.
Yeah, bases loaded. I'm surprised no activity in the championship game.
Evan Spagel to the plate, left fielder for the Lakers. 8-hitter for Mercyhurst, and just 1 out, and the bases loaded, and an opportunity to blow this thing open early.
I know the defense is hoping for a double play ball here. Get out of the inning, try to minimize the damage.
I mean, if you're Serra, that would be a best case scenario.
Pitcher just got to help himself out working ahead here. He's been falling behind the last couple of hitters.
1-1 pitch with an out. Swung on and missed, 1-2.
Second time he fooled him on that same pitch, so wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to it a third time.
Good stop by the catcher again. Good
Kicks
defensive
away.
catcher.
2-2. So the senior Spagel. Cut on and missed. Route number 2. First strikeout of the day for Skaggs.
I always loved that when I was pitching, a catcher that can get real low like that, give you that nice low target. Kind of almost drops down to one knee, kicks the other leg out, kind of almost gets under the baseball.
It's Josh Mychek, the center fielder, now to the plate. Left-handed batting Mychek. Facing the righty Skaggs, and shrugs off the first one for ball 1.
Skaggs
a
has to
chance.
get this guy as a 9-hitter. You don't want to roll over in the first inning.
Seems like he's going at him.
Yeah, he has to, right? Yeah, you don't want to put their leadoff back up with bases loaded in the first inning. I mean, it's
Yeah, really big opportunity here for number 22 to break this game open with a little bloop hit or a single through the infield.
1-1 strike pitch with 2 away. Bases loaded, way out of the zone. A nice play by Black. I mean, saves a run. Yeah, and keeping in mind, you're talking about flipping the lineup card over. The 1, 2, and 3 hitters all singled and scored earlier in this inning. Two 2-1 pitch. Up in the zone, 3-1, and nowhere to put him.
If I'm the runners here, I'm getting a big secondary lead, anticipating a hit. Guy on second's got to score here on a hit.
3-1 pitch, and look back at second. Skaggs taking his time on this one.
3-1, I'm sitting dead red fastball here. He throws a breaking ball, I'm letting it go.
3-1 pitch. Up in the zone, ball 4. Walks in another. It's 4-0. Almonte will score. And the top of the order to the plate with 2 away. The bases remain loaded. for Alex Menendo. 1 for 1 today and a run scored.
I'm curious how long this coach is going to let the pitcher go here.
Ground ball gets up the middle. Into center field. It will score 2. It's a play at the plate that kicks away from Black and will move the runners up another 90 feet apiece. It's a 2-run single that turns into Menendo ending up at second on the errant throw. And it's 6-0. 2 RBIs for Menendo.
Yeah, that walk turns into a disaster. You got to get that 9-hitter out.
Yeah, that's that classic, right? You know, you walk the 9-hitter.
Walk the 9-hitter. But, yeah, I think the reason we're not seeing any action in the bullpen is because we heard before the game about Zorenda's plan on his 3 pitchers. I think they're all in the game, right?
Yep. So you got to take one out in order to...
I think he'll just sub for him. I think, you know what I mean, if it came to it.
This one's going to bobble and be dropped.
The left fielder's got to call him off
Black
there.
Could not find it in the sun. And it scores 2 more.
Oh, no, catching him sleeping.
And they're going to move up another base pad because no one was paying attention.
Nobody called time. The play was still live unless they called time. Yeah, that play's live then. The left fielder's got to take priority over that fly ball there. You can see the shortstop going back, having trouble finding it. Left fielder coming in, I feel like that's a lot better route for him to take.
Now it's Regal to the plate. That one's going to kick away, and it's going to score another one. As Khrushchevsky scores.
That's it.
You got to pull him. He's at 39
done.
pitches here in the first. You got to pull him.
Cannot get out of the first inning.
What a disaster.
Oh, my goodness. It is. I'm
shocked,
loss.
man.
Yeah,
I mean,
am too.
This is not what I expected for this game at all.
You got to
Really
look
Serra
out for
Catholic
the
team.
pitcher.
No.
Yeah, this early in the year, you got to protect the pitcher's arm.
What would we finalize on the pitch count?
I got 39 pitches in the first. I mean, this early in the year, you don't want to let your, if he's one of your workhorse pitchers, if he's your ace, you don't want to leave him out there for that long. You're almost leaving him out there to dry.
So we're going to see Dombrowski now. Matt, do you know, did he see a lot of work last year?
Sure did. He's one of the guys that they've relied on. Multi-sport athlete. Has a unique windup. Kind of get to see that. Hides the ball well, according to Brian Zarenda, and he is 8-3 through 2 years pitching.
The good thing is that it is still early in the year. So, I mean, as a pitcher, we all have, rough outings. So I'm sure he'll bounce back after this.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. I mean, this is so uncharacteristic of both Skaggs. But, you can't put it all on Skaggs. It's also been great execution by Mercyhurst. I think that's a part of it. And then the doubt was starting to creep in, and then some uncharacteristic errors, like that routine pop-up that, you said
should have been out of the inning.
Yeah, you should be out of here. And now it's, up to a 9-run game. No Regal to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored.
Good thing is there is a lot of ball game left, so hopefully, the Eagles dugout is, still into the game when they come back in here.
Called a strike. Oh, I don't think there's any question that, you got to just chip away. There's, if this is any other sport, and you're down as many as this. I mean, this is the equivalent of being down 35 in football, but you just can't run out the clock. You know, that's
why baseball is the
baseball.
greatest sport in the world.
Swing and a miss,
Attaboy.
strike 3, and nice job and nice work to take care of Regal, and Dombrowski does what he needs to, but 7 hits, 9 runs. Mercyhurst, an inning for the ages. Serra Catholic, their first crack at it when we come back.
Here at Little Way, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Little Way is quick turnaround times and a really high quality product.
I have a successful medical practice. I moved some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity, so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
You got a GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity that works to grow your funds at a locked-in interest rate for a term of 2 to 5 years.
I'm finally starting my first of many dream hikes. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first. Feels like we've been here a little longer than that, but Serra Catholic will get their first opportunities. And let's take a look at Brian Zarenda's lineup card. There we go. Isaiah Petty leads things off. Owen Dombrowski, followed by Zach Black, Jake Holmes, Tyler Skaggs, Max Black, Cullen Holmes, Matt McNeil, and Carmen Chabarini. Brian Zarenda's lineup card. And, I mean, if there's anybody capable of digging themselves out of a 9-run hole, Serra Catholic's probably pretty far up there. But, boy, did they make this difficult.
Yeah, they're another team, though, that I do expect to see them execute things like we saw at Mercyhurst, the hit and runs, the bunting. They're good at all those elements. They're not just going to line up there and try to bomb it, you know?
I don't even think that it's not the physical ability, but I think, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, these are still 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. The mental part of this game has to be wearing when you look up at the scoreboard and see what you see.
Absolutely. And Skaggs needs to shake all that off and come to the plate now, too. You know, he's what, the 3-hitter, 4-hitter, something like that?
5-hitter.
5-hitter. I mean, he's an important part of their lineup, too. You know, he threw a couple balls away there, and he needs to just completely forget about it. None of it matters now. Come back and score 1 or 2, right?
That's it. Starting pitcher is Hunter Cray and has painted him into a 2-1 count to Isaiah Petty. The center fielder takes this pitch and he takes it into center field. Leadoff base knock for Isaiah Petty. And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the single step, and that was the single step. The single by Petty.
Just chipping away, trying not to do everything at once, playing smart baseball, make the pitcher work.
Here is Owen Dombrowski, left-handed batting Dombrowski.
I do really like this pitcher's arm path. Very loose, relaxed, but really whippy, fast arm.
Pickoff attempt at first. Back in time is Petty. Another look at it. Throwing bunt, pulling back. Dombrowski, also a multi-sport athlete. Close to 1,000 points as a basketball player. Also runs cross country. That means he's coached by Brian Zarenda in 2 sports. Zarenda is the cross country coach as well.
Good breaking ball.
Yeah, Cray certainly fooled him there.
That is the tough part when you're pitching with this big of a lead. You don't want to get too comfortable and just groove balls down the middle, but you also don't want to be too fine at the same time.
Yeah, how is this for a feeling to be a starting pitcher? First time you're going out there, you have a 9-run advantage, and you get a strikeout. Backwards K for Dombrowski, 1 out away here in the first.
Brought it back in off the outside. That's a real nice pitch, especially coming from that sort of a drop-down sidearm angle out of Cray. It's probably a hard ball for him to see, for Dombrowski to see.
Zach Black takes strike 1. Black missed all of 2023 pretty much with an injury. Hit 11 home runs as a freshman and sophomore season before he was injured. Runner takes off and
good jump.
Petty, ball kicks away, and Petty's going to race to third.
It's a great read to have no hesitation there taking third. You know, if he'd even hesitated for a second or two there, it'd have been gunned out at third probably, but he made the right decision. Saw the ball skirt away there and win immediately. And Matt, what you were talking about earlier with this shadow change, right? If you watch coming out of Cray's hand, it's like you see that ball change right out of his hand now. So I think another inning it'll be okay. But it looks, I wouldn't want to have to be dealing with that as a hitter right now.
Gray steps off with Zach Black. Of course, Max Black is bro, and other bro is Mark Black, who plays for Coach Jim Chester, who's a Serra graduate of 1998. He plays at Gardner-Webb Division I program down there. All in the Serra Catholic family. There is a check swing, and he goes.
Wicked right now.
2 Ks. 2 away here in the first.
Cray's breaking action is really working out well.
Third baseman, Jake Holmes.
Jake Holmes bats next. Takes ball 1.
Looks like he's got some plus velo too, which is really making that slider or that sweeper effective.
With a called strike. 0-2. Coach Dorosky said that Cray could end up being the team's ace for 3 years. He's just a sophomore, guys.
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez.
No ball, 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3
That's
Ks
huge.
in the first inning, and wild first inning. Feast and famine. 9-0 after 1 inning. Mercyhurst leads Serra Catholic in the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational. We are back after this. As we begin the top of inning number 2 between Mercyhurst and Serra Catholic, let's check in with Susie Cool.
Thanks, Matt. Today is the 7th annual Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational, and Serra Catholic head coach Brian Zarenda came up with this idea years ago. He's been coaching at the school for 25 years, and one day, quite frankly, he just got sick of taking his team to Alabama for 12 straight seasons, and he was spending a lot of money, so he thought, what can I do for local Catholic schools, just like the one that I coach at? Let me put together a tournament. He started asking around. He got it approved by the Whippeal, and now he's had it for 7 straight years, and there have been 3 familiar foes in each one: Serra Catholic, Mercyhurst Prep, and Our Lady of Sacred Heart. Matt?
Yeah, pretty cool that all 3 teams have been a part of it every year of its existence. Rocco Almonte, who is no official bat, walked and scored last inning. As Dombrowski works on his second batter of the bowl game after relieving Tyler Skaggs after what was a nightmarish first inning for Serra Catholic. Two-two pitch.
Good at bat going here for Mercyhurst.
Yeah, Monte fouled a couple off in that first at bat too. It seems like he really is a pretty patient hitter.
That's dropping.
Flared into right.
Oh, what a play.
What a catch indeed. As Skaggs diving out there and making a great catch out in right field as the second baseman.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. I didn't think he was going to get to that ball. He covered some serious ground.
One away and the ball outside to Hunter Cray, who is man who's come around to score today.
If I'm a pitcher, that gives me a load of confidence there. If my team's still willing to play for me like that, you know, down 9-0.
Right back to the pitcher and on to first. Tag applied. 2 away. And this looking more Serra Catholic-like here in the second.
Yeah, we haven't seen them really get a hold of any of Dombrowski's pitching so far, right? I mean, the play by Skaggs is a great play out in shallow right there, but it's still a weakly hit ball, right? That's another weakly hit ball, so I think, you know, his change of pace, the difference between his fastball and curveball and changeup, keeping these Mercyhurst hitters on their toes.
Called a strike to Noah Trojanowski. Swing and a miss.
Pitcher starting to get into a groove now.
Set 8-3 through 2 years. This one weakly hit to short. Zach Black on to first, and Holmes retires the side in order. And that's a different way of that inning playing out than the first. You get 9 to the first. You go in order, 1, 2, 3 in the second. That's baseball. We're going down to the bottom of the second when we come back on the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational broadcast. Stick around.
I'm at the top of my field, and I'm moving some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
Congratulations, Brenda! You got 2 to 5 years of a locked-in interest rate from the GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity from GBU Life.
I finally started that pottery store that I always wanted. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eservicestech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
To the bottom of the second we go. Mercyhurst Prep and Serra Catholic. Lakers lead the Eagles. Evan Laurent delivering the beautiful shots today. Our JRM production crew doing a great job all day long. Long day of baseball started last night for the production crew, setting everything up. Came last evening to set things up here at Pullman Park, and thanks to all the folks at Pullman Park to roll out the red carpet for us. Take care of us today as that check swing To start things here at the bottom of the second inning, Tyler Skaggs himself.
And what we see there again, what we were talking about in the break, right? These kids just getting fooled by the curveball because it's early in the season. Again, right? They haven't seen many. You probably don't see a lot in the cage in off-season workouts.
And the other thing, guys, we haven't talked much about, and I'm sure Brian Zaretta will not make excuses, but most of these players play basketball, and they just started baseball on Thursday. They just got back. Serra Catholic lost in the state tournament just recently as Skaggs goes down on strikes. That'll bring up Max Black, but that plays a part in it. Now, Olsh had a similar situation with the long runs that the basketball program has had recent history.
Yeah, this is the first year you got your players before March 20th in years.
And the way that the seasons overlap this year, Olsh was lucky the years past that they didn't overlap, that the season basically ended the day after the next day where the baseball season began, because the state championships are still next week.
Yeah, I would say they have 2 rounds left of basketball games yet.
So there was a chance that there was going to be about 10 or 15 Serra Catholic Eagles in that dugout, missing a good nucleus of players.
A couple years ago when Olsh won the state in basketball, they won it Friday night, and we played here Saturday.
Correct.
So that was the first time that a lot of those kids were here, and I remember throwing them batting practice in the back, trying to get them a little bit of practice before they had to go out there for the first time.
I remember Al and I having to drive from Hershey to Butler and having to call the state championship and then calling these games. And another K.
Yeah, Cray is absolutely dealing right now, right? I mean, he's just getting whatever he wants.
I like what he did there. He kind of switched up the tempo a little bit, paused, back when he brought his foot back, and then just picked his leg up and just dotted a low and away fastball.
Coach Dorosky was very humble in talking about Cray, and said, I'm not ready to write home about him. He's just a sophomore, but he has a lot of potential to play at the next level. And from what I'm seeing, guys, it's legit.
He's making it easy for himself. He's getting ahead pretty much of every hitter that he's faced, keeping the ball down in the strike zone, mixing fastball, slider very well. Really making it tough for these Eagles hitters really to get anything going.
0-2 pitch. Wanted to. Colin Holmes. Conversation between pitcher and catcher.
You guys said he was only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Very mature, good clean mechanics, good whippy arm. I'm excited to see this kid as the years go on.
Well, wind still a factor, has been a factor all day long.
Quick
and there's
pitch
another K. K for Cray. 3 of them this inning, 6 of them in through 2. 9-0. Mercyhurst dominating on both sides of the diamond through 2. We'll go to the third. We come back. It's the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational from Butler's Pullman Park. Back at top of inning number 3, Serra Catholic Baseball Championship game. Serra Catholic trailing Mercyhurst 9-0. With Zach Corsi and Susie Cole, Toby Ogner, Matt Fargo with you. Gang's all here, and there's a line single into right field. Starting things off for Brady Coleman.
Now batting number 2, left fielder Evan Spiegel.
2 for 2 for Coleman today. And here is Evan Spiegel. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Swung through that one. Dombrowski has certainly settled things down, but
yeah, they got to hope for a quick inning here. You can't afford to give up any more runs, and then that's a lot of pressure on your hitters to try to come back 9 down, especially with Cray throwing like he's been throwing. I mean, he looks lights out right now.
Yeah, he looks good.
He gave up the leadoff single and has struck out every batter since.
Holy cow.
6 strikeouts on the ledger to this point. Unbelievable. Breaking pitch on the inside portion of the plate. Called a strike. 1-2. To Evan Spiegel, the left fielder for the Lakers.
I'd probably go back to another breaking ball here, try to get a ground ball.
1-2 pitch. Misses out of the zone and the count evens.
I remember I was calling a game, pitches for a game a couple years ago, Matt, when Osh played West Green. And I think I had Isaiah throw 80% at the end of the day curveballs.
I remember that.
You remember that? He had 15 strikeouts. He had 15 strikeouts. Because, both these pitchers right now are fooling everybody on the breaking ball.
Yep.
I don't know why they even throw anything else.
Yeah, you really got to utilize
you're
that
only
shadow.
fooling them because you're throwing it intermittently. But, yeah, to your point, especially on that day, didn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you got that shadow there, I mean, you got to use that as long as you got that.
That's going to be tough for...
Well, because now you can see it's when the ball comes out of his hand, it's in the sun. Mm-hmm. Then it goes into the shade and then back into the sun.
Yep.
It's got to be tough to pick up the spin on the ball.
There it was again.
I mean, not even... these batters aren't close. They're good hitters. We saw them hit earlier in the game, and they're just not close to this stuff.
One out here in the third with the strikeout of Spiegel. Here's Josh Mychek, who's walked and came in to score back in that first inning. Another look at the strikeout of Spiegel. Dombrowski deals inside of the left-handed batting. Mychek. Pickoff attempt at second base. No problem to get back for Coleman.
Are these teams in the same section? Like, will they play during the year?
No, because Erie or Mercyhurst up in Erie, not in the same district as the WPIAL. So they're up in District 10. And Mercyhurst is a AAA school. Serra Catholic and Ulsh both AA schools, and then St. Joseph was the single A school part of this tournament.
Is this the first year Beth Center's not in it? Are they usually in it?
They've been in and out of it. St. Joseph's has been in it. This one flared out to
look at
left
the wind
field. It's
kicking that ball.
Carry it over the left fielder's head. It will score a run, and circling second and headed for third, and in, caught in between. Now he'll slide back and take the double, and an RBI for Josh Mychek. The 9-hitter delivers yet again.
That ball really took off there. It looked like it was a routine fly ball, and all of a sudden just started shooting out.
Yeah, it was just kind of flared out there, and that's exactly where the wind's blowing out to. So
yeah, look at the flag now. That thing is picking. That thing is whipping right now.
Mychek making me look silly doing that on a breaking pitch too. You know,
we weren't going to say anything. Menendo, 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs scored.
So, Matt, do you think that this Mercyhurst team gets all new jerseys every year because they're customized here with their names on them? Or do they make them keep them between years, do you think?
That's a good question.
Not a lot of teams you see with the names on.
No. That's a good point.
It almost looks like Michigan State versus Boston College kind of.
That's exactly. That's a good comparison.
I mean, I do love the cream uniforms. Those are clean.
Would Michigan State be up 10-0 though?
Alex Menendo, the shortstop. Ball inside, 3-1. Three ball, one strike pitch. Ball 4. Three at bats for Menendo, 3 times on base.
Now batting number 9, the second baseman.
Speaking of Zach Krzyzewski, he's 2 for 2 today.
I'm hoping that one run there doesn't just get in the psyche of Serra too much. We've seen them continue to fight here so far, I think. And then you get a hit, and then you get a walk, and hopefully this doesn't just fall apart, you know?
Right. That one's grounded.
Nice
Diving
play.
stop there by Holmes. Holmes trying to get it over to Dombrowski and threw it away. It will score another run. Runners will move up to the corners. 11-0. But what could have been a great play by Holmes, a diving stop by Holmes, but couldn't get it to Dombrowski.
It's got to be tough as a coach, too. I mean, managing pitch counts so early in the year, how long to let guys ride, kind of feeling the game out, how many arms you really want to use.
They were talking about that in the last game. I mean, you're not going to have a guy go the distance today. That wouldn't do you any good. Although, as efficient and economical as Gray has been, certainly good.
Say, if you throw a whole game in 45 pitches. Especially, I mean, unless Serra does something, we're done in 5 innings now, Matt.
Correct.
Gray doesn't even have to pitch all day.
Yeah.
I mean, Cray's only had 27 pitches, too, through, going into
2
the
innings.
3rd inning. Yeah. Been very efficient so far.
Ball inside. Noah Regal, who is 1 for 2 today, a single and a run scored, struck out last plate appearance. That they were both in the 1st inning. He was the last out of the 1st inning. That's all. 12 batters come to the plate. 9 runs come across.
I'm curious to see how aggressive they still stay on the bases, even being up, 11-0.
I'm a proponent. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a proponent of, especially this early in the year, you need to turn the scoreboard off and just execute your game.
Right. I agree. It can be a tough, subject there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you trying to, be the nice guy here and not run up the score too much, or do you still want to try to practice things, leading up to your regular season?
But on the other side, it's the 3rd inning. And as we were talking about earlier, you can't run the clock out in baseball.
True.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams come back from down 9-10 runs.
Yeah.
The other thing, I'm always saying if I can end the game, I want to end it. If I can win by 15 after 4, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Right? Save my pitching arm, save everything else. Less innings, probably less risk of injury. And you're out there, man.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Regal. Runner takes off for second. Swing and misses for the strikeout does Regal. But Krzyzewski will move up to second base. Runners at second and third with 2 away. Second strikeout of Regal today. And Rocco Almonte, the designated hitter, who has walked and scored. Also popped out to a diving Tyler Skaggs last inning.
Good opportunity to pick up 2 RBIs here.
This one's grounded into the hole to right. Will score 2 more.
Oh,
it gets
no, it
behind
gets
the
by.
right fielder, Deliman.
Look at the
And
big
now
boy go.
chugging into second is Raquel Almonte. And it's 13-0. And now Mercyhurst tying up that 15 runs here in the third.
Jeez.
Good situational hitting. Didn't do too much there. Just used the turf field to their advantage. Just found the hole, hit it just hard enough to get through.
Toby, what's Dombrowski at?
.43.
He's getting up there.
Yeah. I mean, you have 2 pitchers combined over 80 pitches. And what did we say? That
These hitters just look very
Craig was there?
disciplined from Mercyhurst. They're
Yeah.
not really swinging at too many pitches out of the zone. They're really working themselves into good hitters counts and really making it difficult on these Eagles pitchers.
The even more impressive part about that is they're playing a lot of young guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they're not all just a bunch of seniors.
They have 3 seniors and 2 of them start.
Yeah.
Like,
Very
That's-
mature for their age. You don't see that too often in young kids, is plate discipline.
well, they had their ace move on to Penn State Barron from last year. And I think a lot of people around, from what I had been listening to, they didn't really know what Mercyhurst had. Well, they got a special group right now.
I mean, very patient, smart hitters, not swinging out of the zone. You got a pitcher on the mound that's dominating, getting ahead of hitters,
2-1
commanding
pitch.
2 pitches.
I mean, that's the thing is, like, we know these Serra pitchers are good pitchers.
Right.
Like, these are guys who are going to have good years,
Yes.
who are going to blank a lot of teams out there. And this Mercyhurst team is just hitting well against them.
Yeah, I mean, you have 11 hits on 13 runs. That's and there's the strikeout to end the inning as Cray is retired. But 4 more for the Lakers, 13-0 through 2.5. We're coming back with more Serra Catholic, and Susie Cole's going to talk to Coach Dorosky. We'll be back.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
At Kenny Ross, we've always served our neighbors by offering the best value on new Ford models. This month, lease a 2023 Ford F-150 STX 4x4 Super Cab for $379 per month for 36 months. Nobody beats a Kenny Ross deal. KennyRossFordSouth.com.
Bottom of inning number 3. Serra Catholic gets their at-bats here in the third, 13-0. And to lead things off for the Eagles, it will be 8-9-1. Carmen Chavarini will do his best. Takes upstairs for ball one. Is Susie ready? Should I throw it to her, or what are we doing? All right, let's go down to Susie Cole, who has a special guest. It's Randy Durkowski.
Thanks so much, Matt. Coach, I got to start off with this question. One of our analysts actually came up with it. You have customized jerseys. Now, is this just like a one-off thing? These kids get them as freshmen, or do you get new jerseys every single year?
These are the same ones every year that we use.
Same ones every year. You just reuse them.
Exactly.
All right. As we can see right now, Coach Durkowski is going through calling pitches. Have you always done this? This has always been a part of your game?
Yes, since 1996.
Well, why do you choose to do that?
I have a good understanding what the hitters can't hit, and that's why I do it. So I know my pitchers. I know what they can and can't hit, and that's why I do it.
Now, with Hunter Cray out on the mound today, he's already had 6 Ks through 2 innings. Last year, you mentioned about how he had a little bit of control issues in the same tournament. Where does he look ahead of last year today?
He looks far ahead right now. His command is awesome. He's getting ahead with his fastball, and they can't hold up on his curveball, and he's pinpointed down right at the knees.
You mentioned a fastball and curveball there. What is his pitch repertoire?
He's got a fast curve, changeup, and a slider.
Mm-hmm. And what do you go to most often, or how do you call his pitches? What's the strategy?
Changes game to game, batter to batter. So it dictates on that batter's strengths and weaknesses.
All right. What are you going to call next?
Now we're going to go curveball here.
Okay. Matt, you hear that? He's going to call a curve.
I like that. That's inside information, Susie. Thank you very much. Here comes the curve. For a called strike. 1-2. Only get it here. I don't know if, you were in that position once, Zach, and I don't know that you would have been as forthcoming as Coach was there.
I would have definitely lied. Especially, we know, you're a little friendly with a lot of these coaches. I don't know who has an earpiece, who's listening to you during the game,
Yeah. DJ Telemann goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning.
Center fielder Isaiah Petty.
And this is the top of the order now. Isaiah Petty to the plate.
Now, Coach Durkowski, I think, was pretty comfortable there because he's up by so much.
Yes.
I think he's like, it doesn't matter if I blow one call here. I would not be in a close game. The last thing I'm doing is an interview while I'm thinking about what I'm calling and everything else. There's no way.
All right, Susie has a thought.
Oh, if he frames that might be another strike.
You guys keep joking about how you would not tell anybody about the next pitch that you were going to have your pitcher be pitching. Coach Durkowski actually called that curve, and then he said, well, that didn't work. We're going to try something different this next round right after I walked away. I just thought you guys would enjoy that. Matt?
That's good stuff. This isn't spring training either. You see the spring training broadcast, they're a little bit more forthcoming in spring training, but this one counts. It's a championship game, But yeah, I would imagine that Randy's a little bit more comfortable with 13-0 lead. Lakers looking for back-to-back championships in this Invitational.
It's a good park to call pitches in, too. You actually have like a good line to the catcher. The dugouts are a little further up the line than they are in a lot of other places where the catcher's really got to almost turn around to get a pitch call from the coach.
3-1 pitch to Petty. Evens to 3-2. Isaiah Petty's a 4-year starter. Multi-sport athlete, guys. Football, basketball, cross country, and baseball. That's a busy guy.
Very.
We're talking about Mercyhurst being a 3A school. That's really only because of all of their exchange students. They have a huge exchange program. Almost 100 kids add to the enrollment. So technically, if you don't count all of the exchange students, as Coach was telling me, not many of them end up playing baseball. If if you don't really count all of those, they're really a double-A school in terms of the kids that end up playing baseball. So
it's pretty interesting. I was actually looking at numbers the other day for WPIAL classification schools, and even like the range between schools within the same classification can be like hugely different.
Yes. There's a called strike. Yeah, the difference between the smallest single-A school and the largest double-A school is hundreds.
Oh, it's huge. And then especially at like 6A, I was looking like North Allegheny had, they do it by like 3-year increments, right? So the seniors don't count.
Right.
And they had like 1,100 through the 3 classifications of girls for volleyball. I was going through with Coach Mack. And I think Peters or Moon was at like 450, and they were both in the same classification. It's over double.
Yeah. No ball, 2-strike pitch to Owen Dombrowski. Runner takes off, swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop third strike. Rainbow throw to get it to first. Completes inning number 3, 13-0. K13 in your scorecard. If you keep it track at home, you've been busy. 13-0. We'll be back with the 4th after this, live from Butler in Pullman Park. Top of the 4th. Mercyhurst has a 13-0 advantage over Serra Catholic. Zach, Susie, Toby, Matt, Outlesh is here. Everybody's in the house. JRM Production. Thanks to the hardworking crew doing all 4 games today. Long day of baseball. 1-1 pitch. Swung through. Get things rolling here. It's Noah Trojanowski leading things off here in the 4th inning. This one's weakly chopped to third. Holmes to Holmes for out number 1.
Nice play there, not to, rush the throw, really set his feet, had plenty of time. Good firm throw.
Brady Coleman is 2 for 2 today. 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Takes the first pitch he sees and pops it up out of play.
So we were talking about a lot of other things last inning. We kind of didn't get to talk much about Cray just still continuing to absolutely retire everybody.
Yeah. 8 of the 9 outs have been courtesy of a Cray K.
The biggest thing for me is I don't think he's walked anybody yet.
He did walk 1 last inning.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 hit,
Yes.
1 walk, 8 Ks. Ton of first pitch strikes. I mean, have a day, kid.
And really, kid, just a sophomore coming onto the scene. There's a strikeout for Owen Dombrowski. Takes care of Coleman.
He must have caught the black part of the plate down there on that one.
One other look. Ugh, good framework there by Black, bringing that back into the zone.
You guys can play it back on that? Let's go.
You're sitting away from us. You can't see all the
I got
fun
the comfy
stuff.
chair,
yeah,
though.
you do got the recliner, lazy boy over there.
All I need is a cup holder, and I could sit here all day.
Weekly hit to shallow left center, and that falls in front of Petty for a base hit. Evan Spagel, first hit of the day. And Josh Maychek, who is 1 for 1 today, a walk, a run scored, doubled and scored last inning.
It's not often that you see the bottom of these high school lineups producing the way that this team is too. It's just impressive.
I would hate to be an outfielder here. I mean, the grass isn't even out there. There's holes out there. You never know how the ball's going to play once it hits the ground. Especially with the infield being turf and the outfield being grass.
Sound like you loved coaching here.
If I'm a pitcher, I love pitching here. If I'm a hitter, yeah, it makes it tough.
2-1 pitch. Taking low and inside, 3-1 to the 9-hitter Josh Maychek. And yeah, we were talking about it last game, Zach, about Isaiah Schultz helping out in the 9 spot. How about Josh Maychek? He's been on base both times today.
Yeah, he's real. I mean, he had that great, beautiful hit that flared out there last at bat into left field. So hopefully we can keep it going. You know, they could really use another run here, Matt. I mean, it's critical.
Payoff pitch to Maychek. Runner takes off and swing and a miss, strike 3. Will end the top half of the 4th. Grab a snack. Stick around. 13-0. 13-0. Mercyhurst leads. We'll be back.
Here at Loway, we have a pretty vast array of customizable promotional products, from pens, signs, mugs, water bottles, really anything you can think of. Some of the main services we provide here are screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. What really sets us apart from our competitors is our on-staff design crew and our customer service. We can really help take your branding and marketing to a new level. The main thing you can expect from us here at Loway is quick turnaround times and a really high-quality product.
I have a successful medical practice. I moved some of my savings into a GBU Asset Guard annuity, so I can retire when something unexpectedly great happens.
You got a GBU Asset Guard annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity that works to grow your funds at a locked-in interest rate for a term of 2 to 5 years.
I'm finally starting my first of many dream hikes. Thanks, GBU, for helping me prepare for what's next. Come on, Mr. Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back. Hunter Cray is back on the bump for his 4th inning of work. 8 of the 9 outs have been courtesy of a Cray strikeout. See if he can keep that one going. One of the impressive performances. Seen a lot of underclassmen in this game, in this tournament throughout the years, step up and have a big opportunity.
Looks like Scholes, or looked like Cray tripped there in warm-ups off the mound.
Oh,
and
wow.
He kept stretching here between, so hopefully it wasn't anything serious.
Leading off is Zach Black.
If I'm the Eagles, you got to be aggressive early in the count here. You can't let him get to that breaking ball.
Two and 0.
He's sitting dead fastball here. That's it. Nothing else.
Oh, wow. Chin music for Zach.
Yeah,
he's capable. You mentioned 11 home runs through his freshman and sophomore seasons.
Yeah, I don't think we need to interview the coach to know what pitch is coming next.
Probably he's going out there to make sure he's all right. I mean, that's the, I think this is the first batter he's went 3-0 to.
Yeah, I mean, what you were just talking about.
Yeah, he keeps going back down to it. It was the right calf, it looked like, or the right ankle maybe, in warm-ups that he came down off the mound funny on. And he's kind of been favoring it a little bit since, it looks like.
I wonder if he tweaked it or maybe he's cramping.
As they have a conversation, let's see if they decide if they want Cray to stay out there, and it looks like they will for now.
You can see a little bit of a hole here down at the landing spot, even though it is a turf mound.
Right back to action. Hunter Cray. 3-1 to Zach Black. Fouls that one off those Black, and the count now full. Just needed a little pep talk.
Probably told the coach, you're not pulling me out of this game.
I don't know what I pulled, but you're not pulling me. 3-2 pitch. In the turf, ball 4, second walk issued. And that will bring up Jake Holmes, who's 0 for 1 today. This is how dominant it has been. We are in the 4th. Holmes batted in the 1st inning. He's getting his 2nd plate appearance today. Missing outside 1-0.
If you're the Eagles coach, do you try to, wreak some havoc on the bases? Or...
Yeah, I don't know. I'd see how this Cray thing plays out here. It doesn't look like he has quite the same control. Maybe we could rattle him a little bit, get him out of the game, and then make something happen. I'd be cautious to make too many outs here. Yeah, see.
There we
go back to it. It doesn't look like he's comfortable. That's what I'm saying. If I was Coach Zarenda here, I'd let Cray prove to me that he's actually feeling okay at this point.
That's the first time he's allowed back-to-back base runners today. It's also the first time he's allowed 2 base runners in 1 inning.
Pitch count getting up there just a little bit. 54 pitches now. Be curious to see how much longer they let him go. From where I'm sitting, I can see somebody starting to get up in the bullpen. Looks like he's starting to toss.
I think they're going to get a courtesy runner here for Serra.
They got a right-hander warming up in the bullpen.
If he hits or walks another guy, I think
especially with no outs. This is the Eagles' chance here to get some runs back.
Bodie Rieger is the runner for Holmes. That is a pinch runner for third baseman Holmes. There's a called strike to Tyler Skaggs, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm just trying to knock this kid out of the game, see who else they have in the bullpen.
Yeah, keep in mind they've already played a game, so they've already gone to a couple arms today. Certainly they saved this opportunity for Cray to pitch in the championship game.
0-2 count. Don't try to do too much here. Just move the runners into scoring position.
Breaking pitch misses out of the zone, then a throw down to second base and hit off his hand. Runners will stay put, however. It doesn't kick too far away into the outfield.
I don't want my catcher making that throw unless the guy is way out of position. Right? Down to first and third, I get. But second, that throw often just doesn't work out.
Cold strike. 3.
He's certainly not losing any velocity on the fastball here.
No. There's strikeout number 9.
I'd be curious to know how fast he's hit today.
That's 9 of 10 outs if you're keeping. Here, runner goes down to third.
Oh, tag's late. Did he come off the bag?
And he'll be out.
Yeah.
Overslid.
Was that a called strike there?
It was. Yes. Watch him overslide here. Keep the hold on it.
Had a good jump, just overslid the bag just a little bit.
It's not the first time we've seen someone do that today either.
Fly ball out to right field. Diving
ball
attempt,
gets down.
Delliman can't handle it. It will score a run. And Serra Catholic is on the board as Regal comes in.
Colin Holmes.
Can they extend the inning? That's all I'm thinking if I'm the hitter here. Just get it to the next guy, however I can.
Black gets thrown out at third, but Jake Holmes, the courtesy runner, a pinch runner, and Rieger ends up scoring. First run of the day for Serra Catholic. No ball, one strike pitch now. Grounded by Holmes to short. Throw on to second. The close option to get the out there as
And after 4 complete innings,
Lakers take care of the Eagles, but the Eagles do get one back.
13-1.
We are headed down to the 5th inning when we come back. Live from Pullman Park. We'll be back. To the top of the 5th from Michelle Crowfield at historic Pullman Park in Butler. Championship here on a Saturday in March. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all tuned in. For those of you celebrating, maybe watching and celebrating, doing both at the same time. I don't know.
Any big plans, Matt?
Oh, do I? It's been the luck of the Irish today, though, here in the championship. Mercyhurst has a 13-1 advantage. This pitch is going to drop right in front of Dombrowski in center field. Leadoff base knock. Single for Alex Menendo. Zach Krzyzewski takes his cuts. Rounds that one foul, 0-2. Pickoff attempted. New pitcher is Isaiah Petty for the Eagles, and Petty has been impressive. Mentioned the multi-sport talented young man. He's plays football, basketball, cross country, and baseball. 1,000-point scorer in basketball. 1-2 pitch. Of course, his basketball season just ended earlier this week in the state tournament.
Does Coach Sorrenda make them all do cross country? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Fly ball out to right field. It made it a little interesting, but McNeil ranges underneath. He'll make the catch.
And how do you do football and cross country? It's the same season.
You know, I don't have an answer for you. Do they figure that the endurance of cross country helps you in football? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Called a strike on the inside corner. Mike Schloss batting for Regal. 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
Man, the sun really went down quick here. I bet it's probably getting a little chilly out there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a check of the weather. Maybe we'll go down to Susie and see how she's doing down there. Sure, she's She's got blankets and coats and everything. She had it earlier this morning, so.
I'm just glad I'm up here in the booth with you, Fargo.
2-2 pitch. And gets away from Black, and runner will move up a base pad. It's Menendo.
Now batting number 5, designated hitter Rocco Almonte.
Rocco Almonte will not bat. It'll be Ethan Ishamaru. That is the catcher who he had been DH'd for. Ball low in the zone, 1-0. Ishamaru got his cuts in the opening game of this tournament against Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Actually had a pretty nice day at the plate. Nice morning at the plate. He's getting a breakfast at bat and a dinner at bat.
I'd rather eat meals without having to do that, Matt, you know?
1-2. Breaking pitch, grounded to the second baseman. Nice job by Skaggs to toss it over to second. Get the second out.
But the run scores.
Yeah, the run does score. It's Menendo scoring.
Although, Matt, I will say this about eating in baseball. Some of the amount of sunflower seeds some of these kids eat is a whole meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I heard Fargo telling us he was going to take us out for corned beef and cabbage after this.
Yes, I know the perfect spot up here in Butler for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
Yeah, I asked Coach McCarron.
No.
Call it a strike to Bryce Schueth. Getting his first cuts of this ball game. Got an opportunity to bat in the first game. He also pitched. One. Popped up off the screen, 1-2.
Now we're going to have to turn these lights on soon. So, Matt, you know this team pretty well. Who pitched the first game for Serra Catholic?
I think he has 9.
You're going to say he was safe? Nope. Out. So that's going to end the inning. And I will answer that question when we come back. How about that? All right, 14-1. Mercyhurst leads it over Serra Catholic. We'll be back.
My name is Loretta, and this is Special Olympics Pennsylvania.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is competition.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is leadership.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is life-changing.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is unified.
Special Olympics Pennsylvania is inclusion.
If you accept credit payments with anyone other than eServices Payment Technology, you are paying too much. At eServices Technology, we redefine convenience and security with our cutting-edge merchant payment processing. Whether you're a small business or large corporation, switch to a more accurate and efficient payment processing tool. Trust eServices for secure transactions that redefine the future of payments and can beat your current rates. Visit us at eservicestech.com, conveniently located near Baldwin High School.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills.
They offer a variety of services, including camera inspections and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
As we welcome you back here at the bottom of the 5th inning, Serra needs 5 runs to keep this game alive in the 5th. Do or die 5th for the Eagles. To answer your question, Zach, before we went to the break, Colin Holmes got the start for the Eagles. That was just an unfortunate series of events there. You know, once you get on a tangent, that's when the inning ends.
So my point was that Petty looks pretty good too. Like, these Serra pitchers, I thought, have done a decent job after the whole awful first inning thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, Petty, Dombrowski, Skaggs, and Holmes are, that's probably the order. And I mean, that's my guess more than it is what Brian Zarenda told me. But
so you think Holmes is their 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Petty looks good out there. We haven't really broken down much of what he's doing, but he has a nice breaking ball.
Yeah.
Probably thrown at least 80. Has good location. He's done well. We've just gotten sidetracked on a million other things.
Bryce Schueth is the pitcher now for the Lakers. 1-1 pitch coming to.
A little bit of a shorter arm path, but I mean, it really whips the ball out well.
Chavarini is the batter for Serra Catholic.
Yeah, that ball's certainly moving. Another big pitcher for a small school. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too often you see schools in AAA have multiple 6'4", 6'5" pitchers, or whatever these guys are.
Yeah, we've seen our plethora of differences in heights of pitcher with Holst trotting out the 4'11" starter freshman.
He got it done.
Kind of a cross-body delivery.
Gets it done.
Thrown from the right side of the rubber, but you can see that front foot really lands, over more towards the outside of the plate.
Leadoff walk. Chavarini's aboard here in the 5th.
I don't know if he's very comfortable on the mound. You saw him start from the windup and then switch to the stretch mid-at-bat. Maybe trying to get used to the rubber, used to the mound.
DJ Dillon.
He might be trying to avoid that hole you were talking about earlier, Toby.
I mean, it is a deep one. You can see right where the land foot gets down.
DJ Deliman fouls off strike 2.
So Mercyhurst just got to hold him to 3 or less.
It's been a tough day for the Eagles, really trying to get anything going. Only 2 hits on the board.
Retires Deliman for the first out of the 5th inning. One away here with the 5th, and now the top of the order. Isaiah Petty to the plate. 1 for 1 today, a single and a walk.
I'm surprised the guy on first isn't taking second. Nobody's even holding him on.
You're right. He could have been out there. You're right.
Chops this one to third. Bobble by Regal. Will throw to get the lead runner out at second. Can't retire both in the double play, but they get the second out.
So we were talking earlier about how well Mercyhurst executed offensively, and now I've gone back to it. I mean, Mercyhurst only scored, 4 runs in their first game?
Yeah.
Brazil must have thrown pretty well. Or were they just not warmed up yet, do you think? Do you think it's early, they had a long drive, or do you think he threw well?
I thought Brady threw well. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think a 10 a.m. game, guys, you guys have coached at this level. You can't tell me that that's not a part of this. Getting up at 10 a.m. and for Erie, they got a 2-hour drive to get down here.
That's what I was thinking. So they probably left where they're at. Probably like 7:30 or something, right?
Yeah, you got to get
7,
here.
7:30.
You got to warm up, stretch. You got to hit in the cage for a little bit. Then you take the field, kind of do it all again. Usually I make my guys get to the field about 2 hours before game time.
Catcher's indifference as Petty's now at third. 3-1 pitch coming to Owen Dombrowski. Called a strike. Owen thought he was headed down to first. Eagles down to their final strike. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. A strikeout of Dombrowski to end it. Mercyhurst wins the championship of the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational, 14-1 over Serra Catholic. In a dominating performance, uncharacteristic from what we were expecting at the top of this broadcast, gentlemen. I don't know about you, but certainly a 9-run first inning put yourself behind the 8 ball. But even defensively, what Mercyhurst was able to do impressed me.
Mercyhurst impressed me from all angles of baseball. Offensively, I mean, Cray was the best pitcher of the day, so really a great outing by them.
All right, let's go down to Susie Cole with our player of the game. Susie.
Thanks so much, Matt. Hunter, 9 Ks through 4 innings of work. The command was there today. What did you work on in the offseason to be able to dial in on that so early in the season?
So I focused a lot on my fastball, locating it away, and a lot of velocity today. I brought that up from last year by a lot, maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour. Big difference, and a lot of command on the curveball. It felt well today. Did good.
A huge 14-1 win to win this championship matchup here at the Serra Catholic Baseball Invitational against a Serra Catholic team that is known as a powerhouse throughout WPIAL baseball. What does this win indicate about what your team can piece together this year?
It means a lot. I mean, they're a good team. We came out today, we battled, and we came out with the win. I mean, I think the season's going to be pretty good. You can't tell.
Thanks so much, Hunter. Go celebrate with your team now. Matt?
That's a sophomore. Thank you so much, Susie. That's a sophomore that's pretty excited, and I think he's going to remember this one for a while. Dominating performance, guys. Just a really impressive with the bats to get things going, and then Cray shutting down what is going to be, you said it, Zach, earlier in the broadcast, Serra's going to be a dominant team in the WPL. They're going to be in the conversation for a District 7 championship, and man, look out, PIAA on the Lakers. I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing well into June with the team that they have.
Mercyhurst looked really good today. And like you said, I mean, I'd be shocked if we see Serra get 10 runs again this year, right? Yeah. I mean, they're a team that just doesn't happen to.
Right.
So just an impressive win and impressive on all angles from Mercyhurst. Like I said, offensive pitching, defense, coaching, all of it.
Let's take a look at the next roads for these two teams on the rest of their roads coming up. Mercyhurst, they will take on Meadville on Thursday the 21st. Then they are actually headed to Myrtle Beach. They're going to play Friday, March 29th against Lakeview, and then Mamali there on the April the 2nd. That's the upcoming schedule for the Lakers. And then you look at Serra Catholic. They'll meet California on Tuesday. Then Derry, they travel to the Trojans, and then we'll take on the Vikings of Apollo Ridge on the 26th. That is upcoming schedule. Certainly look out if you're the Trojans. Serra Catholic's going to be gunning for one. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this championship broadcast. For Zach Corsi and Toby Iger and the entire crew, Susie Cole, Al Lesh. Thanks to Jake and Ryan in the truck and our entire JRM production crew on a great job in bringing you high school baseball all day long. Congratulations to the Mercyhurst Lakers 2024 Serra Catholic Baseball Tournament champions. Once again, they go back-to-back. And until next time, I'm Matt Fargo saying thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.